What a beautiful day to sit on the lake and run your fingers through the water. Nothing could ever ruin such a beautiful moment. Hey guys, Zach here. And you know what summer makes me think of? It makes me think of camp. And when I think of camps, I think of one camp in particular, and that's Camp Crystal Lake. That's why today we're going to talk about Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th is what really started the 80s slasher boom, and today we're going to look at it and see why it was so influential. If you like talking about Friday the 13th or any other horror movie, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any content coming your way. So the movie starts in 1958 at Camp Crystal Lake, and you got the counselors singing their songs to the kids. And after they deafen the kids with their death metal, they decide to go upstairs and get it on. But of course, as they're about to get busy, the POV killer comes in and kills them both. A great way to start the film, a great way to set the tone for what's to come. And yes, the POV shot was taken from Halloween, which actually was taken from Black Christmas before that, but they already said that they copied Halloween a lot for this movie, so it's not really a big deal. So after they die, we get Annie, who I thought was going to be the main character of the movie, but obviously that didn't turn out so well for her. We also meet Crazy Ralph, who in my opinion should have been in the Friday the 13th video game, because let's be honest, who doesn't want to run around as an old man hitting Jason with a baseball bat? That just sounds like so much fun to me. But after she ignores his warnings of "you're all doomed, you're all gonna die," Annie gets a ride from a truck driver. He tells her the history of Camp Crystal Lake and all the bad things that have happened there. Of course, she's undeterred because she's there to do a job and she's passionate about it, which is all great. He drops her off and she gets into another car, but she didn't want to get in this car. Not only does the driver completely ignore her, which is really rude, she would get a terrible Uber score, let's be honest. Just the worst taxi service ever. But then it gets even worse, because she completely misses the exit and just speeds up. What is Annie supposed to do? She just tucks and rolls out of the car like a champion. But then she runs into the woods. I don't know why she would run into the woods. Why wouldn't she just run on the road until she found another car that could help her? But dumb slasher movie characters. So she gets her throat slit. She ain't the main character. She's dead. R.I.P. Annie. So we meet the other counselors who are going to be opening up the camp. You got Ned, you got Jack, who of course is played by Kevin Bacon. You got Bill, you got Marcy, you got Brenda, you got the owner Steve Christie, who's kind of a creep to be honest. And of course, you got final girl Alice. So a scene that's always made me laugh is when Alice opens the pantry and Crazy Ralph's just sitting in there. Like obviously he was waiting for someone to come in and scare them and warn them, but what if no one ever came into the pantry? Is he just going to sit there all night? I mean, maybe he was looking for some food. Maybe he wasn't trying to scare them at all. He just got lucky that Alice came in. Maybe he was just looking for some munchies or something. Where are the Cheerios? So anyway, we get that. We get them killing a snake, which apparently was a real snake. So don't let PETA watch this movie. They'll be angrier than Mrs. Voorhees was. So then the fun starts. You get Jack and Marcy. They go off to, get busy. And it's kind of awkward because Ned is just right above them listening. Like, at least give them some privacy, dude. Like, why are you up there on the top bunk when they're trying to get it on down there? But they're doing their thing and it's raining and thunderstorming out there. So I guess the ground wasn't the only thing that was wet during this scene. I guess Marcy really gets turned on by thunder and lightning because she was really into it.
Timmy, what are you watching in there?
Nothing, Mom. Well, I guess we have to skip the good part. So anyway, they finish. Marcy leaves to go to the bathroom. Kevin Bacon lays on the bed contemplating how he's going to star in bigger roles and leave the horror genre behind when he gets that arrow right through the neck in probably the most iconic kill of the entire movie. One of the most iconic kills in the entire franchise, to be honest. Great work by Tom Savini as usual. And then Marcy gets her kill. She's in the bathroom. She hears someone. It's kind of a creepy scene, to be honest. And she gets the axe to the face, which is another great kill. I just love seeing the aftermath of the axe right in her face. Just brutal stuff. So, I gotta talk about this. Brenda, Alice, and Bill, they have this great idea to play strip Monopoly. I didn't realize there was a way you could make stripping unfun. But why Monopoly of all things? Not strip poker, not strip blackjack, strip Twister, even strip checkers would have been better. Strip Monopoly. They deserve to die for that. I don't care if they didn't have sex or anything like that. They deserve to go just because they played strip Monopoly. But anyway, as they're stripping, the door opens and the wind blows all their money away, so they decide to stop playing. I don't know why that deters you from playing, but maybe they didn't want to pick up the mess, so they were just like, forget it. We're not going to play this game anymore. Or maybe they secretly knew it was boring the whole time, so they just needed an excuse to stop. But anyway, Brenda hears a voice, kind of a creepy voice calling her. I guess it's implied that it's Pamela doing it, which is kind of creepy. But she goes out to the archery range. The lights turn on. Off-screen death. So scary. Steve Christy comes back at some point because he was at the diner all day for, I don't know why. He was at the diner all day not doing anything, but he comes back. He's supposed to be a red herring. He gets stabbed in the gut, I guess. It's kind of a funny looking kill, to be honest. But he's gone. That leaves Alice and Bill. So there's this scene where Alice just makes tea. And it goes on for, I swear, like 5 minutes of her just making tea. And I don't know why they put this in the movie, maybe to add to the runtime or something. But boy, it just drags on forever and ever and ever. I could have done without that. But then all the good stuff starts happening. She finds all the dead bodies. She finds Bill pinned to the generator room door with the arrows. Brenda's body gets thrown through the window, which starts a precedent. I swear so many people get thrown through windows in the Friday the 13th franchise. So after seeing all this, of course, she runs out. She sees the headlights. She thinks it's Steve, but it's Mrs. Voorhees, a friend of the Christies. I don't know about anyone else, but I immediately just don't want to trust her. She just has a creepy look about her. I guess that's the point, but either way, Betsy Palmer is just fantastic as Mrs. Voorhees.
Kill her, Mommy. Kill her.
Probably the best performance in the entire movie. It's really great stuff. R.I.P. Betsy Palmer, you're a legend. But she tells her story about how the kids were making love and Jason drowned and today's his birthday. And then Alice starts to figure it out. Oh, this crazy old lady is trying to kill me. And just in case there's any Drew Barrymores out there, yes, Jason's mother is the killer, not Jason in the first Friday the 13th.
Listen, it was Jason. I saw that movie 20 goddamn times.
Then you should know Jason's mother, Mrs. Voorhees, was the original killer. Jason didn't show up until the sequel.
So they fight a little bit. Alice is not really a great fighter, let's be honest. Apparently Betsy Palmer actually slapped Adrienne King, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, they have their little fight, final girl chase. So Alice knocks Pamela out, and for some reason she just sits on the shore, not trying to leave. She just sits there, I guess waiting for Pamela to get up. Kind of a strange tactic, I think. But of course, Pamela does get back up. She comes after her. They fight a little bit more, and then you get the iconic scene. Alice runs right at Pamela, chops her head off because Pamela doesn't move. She just stands there and takes it like a champ. She's like, oh well, I guess my head's getting chopped off. Nothing I can do. So we get the great scene of Pamela's head getting chopped off. Alice falls asleep in the canoe. I don't know how you would fall asleep after dealing with all of that, but she falls asleep anyway. You get the big jump scare at the end with Jason coming out, attacking her. You get to the end. We didn't find no boy. That's what the sheriff sounds like. I don't know if he's a sheriff. He's a cop. Something like that. And Alice says, then he's still there. And then they show the lake, and then the movie ends. Is Friday the 13th an Oscar-worthy movie with great acting performances and great storyline? No. Is it a really fun slasher movie that spawned an entire franchise and a huge boom in the 80s for horror and slasher movies? Yes. Would I watch Friday the 13th over any of those Oscar-nominated movies? Yes. Do I love Friday the 13th? Yes. Do most people love Friday the 13th? Yes. As they should. It's an iconic horror movie. It has an impressive legacy, and it's still watchable to this day. So, that's my look at Friday the 13th. Next week, I'll be going into Friday the 13th Part 2. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And let me know what you guys think about Friday the 13th. Are you one of the rare horror fans that hate it? Do you love it like most people? Comment your opinions down below. And with that, Zach has spoken.